The Storyboot Project is a project that was started by the owners of Manitobah Mukluks. Sean McCormick is Métis. He grew up in northern Manitoba. He grew up wearing traditional mukluks and moccasins, and he loved them. He loved everything but how they were made, and really grew up with a respect for it. And he wanted to make sure that mukluks and moccasins were made in the same way that they were 500 years ago, today, and 500 years from now. So he knew that he had to start some project with, and through his company, Manitobah Mukluks, he wanted to ensure that that cultural knowledge was passed on. And so that's how the Storyboot Project was started, and the schools have been going on across the country. The relevance and the significance of a moccasin and mukluk within our culture is that, you gift, when a baby's born, you get new moccasins. When couples get married, they often get given matching moccasins or mukluks. When someone is going on to the next life, they're usually buried with new moccasins and mukluks for that journey. And it's very, very symbolic of these transitions and these stages in life. And so getting a chance to learn how to make that is not only just learning, how to bead and how to construct it, but you're actually learning how to make something that symbolizes that cultural part of your life.
I started beading when I was very young. I was making necklaces and little bits of jewelry. But as I got older, I had 2 children who required me to learn how to create moccasins. My aunt on my husband's side of the family, she's a great beader. She taught me how to measure the feet and how to construct the moccasin. It can take anywhere from 20 to 40 hours to be able to prepare the animal, to get the materials from the animal, to cutting the materials and then beading. Beading alone takes a very long time, depending on the skill level. To be able to pass something that is very significant in your culture I'm pretty honored to be able to have this skill that my aunt took the time to teach me, and my mother-in-law, and to be able to share this with the next generation of people that are interested in learning about the history of the moccasin and the mukluk.
We're trying to reconcile some really horrible intentional policies that damaged and extremely hurt my people. And that's hard. That's hard for us as a community. It's hard for the province. And it's hard for non-Indigenous people to understand where their place is in that. What does that mean? I mean, the legacy that they come from, and how do we deal with that? And there's no one way of doing it. There's no one way of reconciling. And I think that reconciliation is going to take many generations to do. So, I think little steps are important. I strongly believe that we can, and I want that for my children. I want that for those little kids that are coming up today saying, you know what, we're going to work really hard. And maybe this is taking a little bit from the Olympic kind of moniker, higher, faster, stronger, but I am willing to go higher. I'm willing to shoot for the stars to say we can make that country, but we have to do it together, and we have to do it in a really strong and honorable way.
Help TVO create a better world through the power of learning. Visit TVO.org and make a tax-deductible donation today.